so much peace. I love it. I don't know why my tummy aches. I had a matcha and the oat milk. I'm thinking like, is oat milk bad for me? Hola. Boa. Al millón. Ando al millón. Disfrutando la lluvia. Me quiero ir a casa, pero está lloviendo. Hey, Abraham Lincoln. We got Honest Abe present. I can't. I can't, but I can. So I was like, what better time? Since I'm just chilling. ¿Te gusta la lluvia? Aquí llueve todos los días. Todos los días. Hello, Mr. President. Mami. No, pues qué bien. Yo creo que sí estoy mejor que la lluvia. John Doe. John Doe, is that really your name? I feel like so many of you have these fictitious names. The rain sounds like how beautiful, right? What a vibe. I was like, this would make a really good background sound. So peaceful. Fun fact, so when I was a little girl, I used to be afraid of silence. Like I couldn't sleep. I either had to watch TV or I had this, there is a store, I don't know if they're still there, I think they closed down, Bed Bath & Beyond. So they would have all this stuff for like the house, right? Because it's Bed Bath & Beyond, duh. Okay. So there's this alarm clock, and this was like in the early 2000s when there wasn't so much digital savviness. And the clock had the ability to play rain. So I used to get scared when I would hear things crack, because I lived in a big house, so I was an only child. Now I'm not. Now I have two brothers, so I have one of them's 6 and the other one's 8. They're literally the cutest. I love them so much, but shit happens. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Bed Bath & Beyond. I would listen to the rain. So I grew up an only child. That's where I was at. I grew up an only child, so I lived in this really big house. And I was the only one on the top floor, like bedroom, whatever. And my parents were downstairs. And I would get scared. So it's like either I would play TV or I would play the rain sound. So when I listen to rain, I always like associate it with safety. Because you know those sounds that the house makes, like the crackles? That would scare me when I was a kid. With a cougar. A cougar? How old are you? It's lightning. You look like Lena Paul. My tongue's green from the matcha. Keith Hernandez. Andrea. The Sunshine State. How's the audio? Hello from Redondo Beach. Last time I was in Redondo Beach, I remember very clearly. So I used to do showroom sales, and I was starting to do really good. Like, people liked me, people were reaching out to me, I had customers. Like, I groomed an entire clientele base for like a year and a half. Like, just all the state of California. I just going to showrooms, introducing myself, my product, and I would wear the cutest suits, and I would dress so cute, and I would always do my hair. I loved it. And yeah, after I started building up my clientele. Hi, Mario Rosales. Derek, while the algorithm sent me here, your smile makes me say. Okay, yeah. So I started getting all this clientele, and then all of a sudden, I get shifted to a different position. They're like, turns out we don't want you to do California anymore. Like, once I was actually building repeat clientele, then I got moved to doing larger volume. But point being, last time I was in Redondo Beach, I remember, I don't know what it is about sales. Like, it doesn't matter how much you do sales, you always get nervous, you know? Like, there's always a slight nerve. There's always you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get in sales. I think that once you numb yourself to being constantly surrounded around people, then it gets better. Honestly, this is why I come on live every single day, despite the connection, the community. I think that to be able to go live every single day and connect with you all and know how to communicate best is fundamental. I think it's created a lot of personal development in my life. And every single day I feel more confident in the way I communicate. Because think about it, I'm just barely finding my voice. Essentially everything I talk about, I've thought about it my whole entire life. The way I think, the methodologies. I've always been this person, but I was always afraid. I was always afraid to share who I was because I received because I'm gonna take that one down because that's not cool, not even for me but for other people. Oh shit, if you guys got it, you guys got it. So I wouldn't express myself because it was always kind of the odd one out. You know, growing up as an only child, I moved a lot, every 2-3 years. So I had to really learn how to put myself out there. Isn't Jay Leno a man? You're saying I look like a man? Dude, I'm laughing because literally for the longest time, there was probably a 2-week streak where you guys kept telling me that I looked like Felix from Stray Kids. I don't know. I feel like he found me. Like, I feel like he shows up everywhere on my For You. I'm abundance. Yeah, baby. We're all abundance. We just gotta remember the truth. We gotta remember the truth. If you don't feel like you're worthy of abundance, then that's the issue. If you don't think other people are worthy, it's because you don't believe you're worthy of abundance. So, everyone's worthy. You just gotta remember. I go. That's so aggressive. It's not the vibes we're looking for here. We're looking for peace and prosperity. I'm abundance and beauty. This is all self-care, baby. Self-care, self-love. Self-care, self-love. If you guys don't speak Spanish, I just posted a short on my channel. Did he really? Shiloh, did I get back to your email? Oh my goodness. Literally, I've had even brands reach out to me, and I'm like, what? And I haven't emailed back. I need to get my stuff together. I need to be more responsive. I'm like the worst texter ever. But like, I'll respond to comments right away. Best way to reach me is comments, definitely. Definitely not email. Unless it's like something that's time sensitive. Oh yeah, so I've just barely been finding my voice, and what does that mean? That means like I've barely had the confidence to speak up about topics that I've always thought of. I never actually spoken of because I thought, oh well, like what if people thought this of me if I did this? I don't care if people think I'm arrogant, narcissistic, or full of myself. Because with the exception that I'm able to teach others to truly embrace who they are, own their worth, that's enough. I think that that's vital for the growth of humanity. We need to own our worth, and we need to encourage others to own their worth. There's no such thing as like giving too much compliments. I know there's some toxic couples, like I remember, you know, we all, or maybe not, I don't know, but so my parents got divorced when I was 12. And what does that mean? My mom got divorced when she was 30, I think so. She was a young mom, so she got pregnant when she was 18. So essentially, like, she was dating, you know. I'm 30. I'm, like, going to be 30, like, next year. Shit. So it's, like, me next year. Damn, that's wild. You're so young, you know? Like, I'm still single. I'm 29. I thought I was gonna be married by now. Thank God I didn't marry the last person I was dating them. So, yeah, my my intel on like dating is so expansive because think about it, since I was 12 I've been learning about how men have some interesting habits in love, some interesting courtings that like I've seen it all, not because of me but vicariously I've seen like just how disrespectful some men can be. But I think that it's kind of the woman's fault as well. You can't just blame the man for a toxic relationship. I think both parties need to own up. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. In regards to, did it really stop raining? Oh my gosh, no way. I think it stopped raining. Jose. It stopped raining, which is really good. Which means we can transition to a new setting. Because I can walk and go home. Whoa. Anyways, what I was saying is, yeah, both both parties have to take relation responsibility. Because if a woman doesn't set standards, then it's really not the man's fault. The man's just like seeing what he can get by. Which, like, I feel like more men should be more ethical and know that, like, emotionally certain things, like, affect women. Like, I've also had, like, two of my closest friends were guys that were players. I don't know why, but we were buddies, and I was like their wing woman. So I know all the fucked up shit they would do. Ironically enough, they ended up falling in love with me, but what ended up happening? One ended up getting married. One was from Saudi Arabia. He was like, I don't know, part of like one of those families that are like high up, you know, where they have like lineage books. I'm like, what? What's a lineage book? He was like, oh, there's a picture of me in a book. And I was like, okay, like royal family or some shit. No, I remember losing his friendship actually broke my heart. He was my bestie, literally. So we were best friends in all throughout college. It was his senior year, we got close. And he was just a player, so I loved who he was as a person. He was a good-looking guy. But when you know what a guy is doing, you know how many girls he's going out with, you're like, I don't know. That like whole player, like, ooh, like I'm Mr. Papi Chulo, like kind of like, it's like a big turn off for me. So I never got close to him. But we ended up like hanging out all the time, all that year. We would go to trips together as friends and like invite other friends. We went to Vegas together. Oh my gosh, that was fun. We went to Miami together. We went to We actually went on a few trips together now that I'm thinking about it. So I secretly had a crush on him, but I never told him. And then we got like in a fight. I don't know what the heck that fight was. We got in a fight and people weren't gonna go to the graduation. So he just ended up like going back home early. And he didn't tell me. And I got so pissed. But that year, like during the whole time, he was trying to like spend more time with me. Like I feel like he was putting in effort. But I don't know, like I couldn't take him serious, you know? Like you can't take someone serious when like you've seen them be a player. You're like, oh, you take this person serious. And there's this girl was always messaging him. She was like messaging him all the time, calling him, and he'd put her on speaker and like we'd all like have a conversation and like whatever, and he asked me for my opinion, like, oh, like what do you think? Did you think she's cool? I was like, yeah, for sure. Like I was like, I don't know, I didn't think anything of it. So he would ask me to do his homework. And I was like, what do you mean do your homework? Like what? So I forget why we had to find out, but anyways, fast forward like 6 months later, he like asked me where I'm at, and he never said bye, first of all. And I told him, oh, like I'm in Orange County, and he was like, okay, like I want to come move in with you a year later. And I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. And then a year later, he's like, okay, so where are we gonna live? And I was like, what? I told him I'm in Miami, and he was like, what? You told me you were gonna like stay there and we were gonna live together. And I was like, and he ends up marrying that girl. And then one day I just like responded to like his story or something. He's like, hey, I got married and I can't have any friends that are women. And I never saw him or heard of him ever again. And the other one's just crazy. The other one just called me 6 months ago. No, wait, he called me a month ago. He called me a month ago. But the other one was gay or bi. I think he was a closet person. Because, like, you know when they don't say they're gay, like they like men, but they don't say they don't. And you're like, okay, do you like it or do you not like it? I don't know. Whatever. It happens. Like, I get it. Some people just... Nobody really needs to know anyways, like, what you like to do behind the closed doors. What type of men have I been dating? No, I didn't date him. No, I didn't date him. Consulta música cantando mucha gente. You tell us. Alright guys, I'm gonna be back. But stay looking so cute. Because you guys look so cute tonight. Why are you looking so cute tonight? Come on now. Why are you looking so cute tonight? But it's not raining anymore, so I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna come back. Peace. See you soon. I promise. Pinky promise. I pinky promise. Because I think I've told you guys that I'm gonna come back, and I don't come back sometimes, but I'm gonna come back. I need to. Okay. I'll see you soon. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so I can see you soon. Love you.